Come on. Oh, here we go. Well, I'm sure that was an exciting whole minute of absolutely nothing going on. So what is up, everybody? It's me. It's me, at True Star Screamer. And no, there is absolutely no graphics or editing or any of that fun stuff. Oh, dang it, going on here. This is just literally, yeah, you know what? I'm going to bring this up here for a second. This is literally just me. I'm actually going on two things here. I got Instagram going on over here. I got YouTube going on over here. Figure between the two of you guys, someone will be watching. I've had an idea I've been cooking in my head for a little bit for a display base where I just picked this guy up. Here we go. Here you go. I just picked this guy up this week on Amazon, which is just a little rotating base. And it's only about 5 inches. It's not much. I mean, I could put a single figure on here, no problem. But I figured I want to do something a little different. Again, as you all know, I'm a huge fan of Articulated Ninja. I might drop his name way too many times. And he has this neat little display base he does on his videos. And so what I'm thinking about doing is taking this and literally gonna cut a divot out of this. So this will actually rest inside of it. And then actually kind of craft this into like a little street scene, which I think might be pretty neat. So I'm going to cut the corners off. So it's going to be circular. And so when I do put a figure on here and we're recording it on the webcam for the review channel, it's just going to be something a little dressier, you know? I mean, I love the Dio backdrops I have. I really do. I think that's kind of a neat little gimmick I've got going on. It kind of sets me apart from some of the other reviewers because it's stuff that I've built. And I figured, especially with the Versus video I want to have coming out this week, for those of you on Instagram, if you have not seen it on my YouTube channel, I just put a review for the Garrison Cavalry figure from Valverse. Really, go check it out. I just updated my video editor for it, so I really stepped up the production. And again, I don't mean to be dropping between the two cameras. Once the crafting goes, I'm going to be moving the cameras to the product itself. Hey, Sticky Goose. Hope you're doing well. But I wanted to have something a little cool for the Versus video I want to do. So again, this is going to be my display. This was going to be the rotating display base when I put the figures on it. I think this is going to be really neat. So if you guys just want to stick around, you can put me on in the background, whatever. This isn't going to be the most dynamic, exciting thing. It's going to be a lot of cutting, a little bit of dremeling, some gluing, and a whole lot of painting. I know, real exciting stuff, but hey, it's Sunday. This should be a day of chill, so we're going to chill today. Don't tell T-Man978 I just totally stole his shtick. So I'm going to adjust this camera back down to here. For those of you watching, any questions, I'll be keeping an eye out up here, both on the chat for here and on the YouTube. And any questions you have, just to talk and chill, let me know. So let's kind of get to work. So like I said, the first thing I want to do is just kind of center this part out here. I don't need this to be pure exact because in fact I want this to fit around this. So the blades, my cut's going a little wider than the base. And then I'm going to basically Dremel out a divot for this to sit in. So I don't need this to be an exact science per se. But that looks pretty good there. There we go. There's a nice connection on there. So this is going to be some fun stuff. I've done some neat builds in the past. Like I think my favorite was still probably the castle build I did for Castle Frankenstein. Of course, I made that one out of styrofoam, not pink foam. So I don't know. Part of me thinks I could have done a little better with that, but I'm going to literally use this as a. Actually, you know what would be better? Yeah, I'm just going to use this to literally cut my corners to make this a little more rounder. You know, I don't even need to do that exact. I don't need this to be perfect. I just need this to be rounder. Hey, Michael. Glad you're here. Hope you're building something today. Mike's on YouTube, not on Instagram. X-Reator. Thank you for joining. Greatly appreciate. Scraps are also always useful for small things, whether they be bricks, whether they be stone. So waste not, want not. I was just hearing today that a reviewer, Talker Art, got into a horrible dirt bike accident. Not really big onto him, but I know the guy's got a huge following, and I was listening to a story about it. Interesting guy. Very, very cutthroat on his comments and reviews, which I think is interesting. Don't quite agree with everything he believes in, but hey, that's the nice thing about everyone having free speech. But he definitely has some great. Hey, Toy Comics, I am happy to be working on a display. So glad you could join us. Hopefully this will. Actually, I kind of like that. I like that edging on there. I feel like Bob Ross here. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some mistakes on here. This is not gonna be anywhere be perfect, but this is a street scene, so I don't need. It's supposed to be looking like broken concrete, so I don't need it to be perfect. TM review. We are making a display base. Actually, I'm going to take this. This is going to fit on top of it. Actually, it's going to fit inside of it. And so when I do my reviews, basically this is going to be a larger turntable. We'll be making this look like a street scene. So, hey, no box for me to delay to open. So I'm excited for that. Funny thing about this pink foam, I ordered. Mike Rogers got me a Serpentor because I missed the the window on Hasbro Pulse, all 38 seconds of it. But when he sent me Serpentor, he packed it in extra foam, and that's actually what this is a piece from. This piece is from that extra foam. So technically this work right here is being sponsored by Mark. This build is being sponsored by Junkion Crafts and Customs. So thanks, Mike. You can also catch him and me every Thursday at the Figure Action Podcast, 9 Central Time, and broadcast at your convenience. I'm gonna get some sandpaper here in a second. Oh yeah, I'm breaking out the vacuum cleaner after this. Basically just making a lip for this whole thing. It's getting a little too close to my hand, though. I'll get some sandpaper out here in a second. There's always time to do this. It's called You Don't Have to Do Reviews 24/7, Sony. Sony's also on the Figure Action Podcast, for those who don't know. Great guy. I still need to send him that thing. There's a thing I need to send him. I have his address, I think, somewhere, but it's a thing that I don't need, but will enhance his thing. If you guys are not checking out Junkion Crafts and Builds on YouTube, it's another fantastic channel. His G.I. Joe reviews are absolutely awesome. What's great about it is he goes to some really depth on the background of the character. So you kind of get a little more feel and appreciation of what's been done, who they are. And it gives a little more nostalgia connection to it. Even if you're not familiar with the property, you're familiar after he's done with it. I absolutely love that with his reviews. Something I kind of want to do, but I don't want to steal his shtick. So that's why I make my own shtick. And I'm going to get some sandpaper here in a second. We're going to work around that. This is actually going to be a pretty quick and easy build if things go right. So this doesn't need to be perfect. I'm actually going to be using texturing on this to kind of give this more of a street feel to it. So let me get some sandpaper real quick. Sanding block is your friend. Sanding block is a very good friend to have. Now, if you ever want to get into diorama buildings, yeah, I know. Look at all these damn boxes. There's so much crap back here you don't even know. That is the Tales from the Backlog right back there. You know what? Sorry. Sheesh. And not that there's any monetization on this, but you guys owe me extra. So when I first got into dioramas, I didn't start working with the pink foam. I actually worked with regular styrofoam. Since at my store, there was so much stuff being shipped to us with it, I just would grab it left and right, and I still have a garage filled with a few boxes of it. Styrofoam is one of the best things to at least practice with. I would say your most important things to have when getting into dioramas is, again, something to work with, to carve. Mod Podge, we'll be getting into this in a second. This stuff is an absolute need. I don't need a super chat. I just want to have some fun here. This is not meant for monetization. This is literally just having some fun on a Sunday. You can buy sheets of sandpaper, of course, but I haven't really enjoyed having the sand block just because it gives me a little more control. And in general, when you want to scuff things up for what when we're texturize everything, this is just great for that because you can just Now, I'm not saying this is the right way of doing it. I'm just saying this is what's been working for me. This helps take some of the, you can probably see here, you can see a little bit of a texture difference. This right here has been sanded and the shiny part hasn't. And like this little piece of flash right here, again, that's just from the knife being cutting uneven. And all our edges are nice and even. I also have a small vacuum cleaner that I do use after it. So yeah, you can definitely see the difference. Again, this side hasn't been sanded. This side has been sanded. There's definitely a shine difference. And this also being roughed up when I put a base coat of paint on, of primer on here, which we'll get to that a little later. It's going to stick a lot easier. I figured it was either this or spend the whole day playing Fortnite, and I figured I'd spend the time just down here. Because I got into damn Fortnite thanks to T-Man978, who's probably playing Fortnite right now. I didn't mean to get in Fortnite, just my daughter plays it, so I figured, oh, let's spend time with her. Yeah, that backfired. Now, I hope you guys, Instagrammers, appreciate this because I'm using my phone for this and I'm not taking progressive photos. But on YouTube, I hope you guys can come back and watch this. Oh, there's T-Man978. Can do a little more work here. So ideally, when this spins around, it's going to spin like this. So again, it's not going to be a perfect circle, but I can use this both as a display base rotating and a display base stationary. Right here. You guys liking it? Hey, Andrew. Greatly appreciate you coming by. Been taking your advice on the music mixing, by the way. Oh, actually, you're over here. Andrew, I've been taking your advice on the music mixing. I don't know if you checked out my Garrison Cavalry review, but I finally got the audio going well. God, that audio has been a fight. Has been a war for me. All right, that's actually looking really, really good. So next, what we're going to do is get this over here. So next thing we're going to do is I'm going to texturize this. Again, this is a city. I want this to look like, you know, there's potholes into it. We want this as imperfect as possible. And I've got something I've been getting for this. I'll be right back with that. And Sony, don't worry. This time I've made sure my shirt is pulled down properly. So believe it or not, for texture, this is my best friend. This is just a little piece of concrete that I found. It's got all kinds of holes and rocks and ridges, and this keeps it all asymmetric. I don't know. Well, I'll, you're not seeing. I'm actually not using foil. I'm actually not using foil. And Sony, people are actually watching me on YouTube, so that's where some of the other chats are coming from. I'm not using foil. I was going to use foil, but I've enjoyed this a lot more than the foil. Andrew, if I get to 5K this year, I would love it. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. So I'm just going to take this and just run my heavy palm it. It feels really weird on my hand, let me tell you. But again, look what that does. The reason I like this a little better than the foil is, again, it's got all the random ridges to it, so it looks a lot more, God, that feels weird, random. And this will really be brought out when I'm going to be putting a different... No problem, Sony. I actually might be ending the Instagram feed soon. So I'm going to concentrate more on you because I seem to have more audience over here. But I just figured it's kind of neat having two channels going on. So, but you can definitely see the difference again. Gravel piece, smooth piece. I'm not going to gravel over everything on here, but... See, don't feel like an idiot being on Instagram because Instagram brought you here. Obviously, you didn't have notifications turned on. Now, another thing I have is this piece of metal. I used this. I'm going to be using this as well just to kind of throw some metal texturing and some edgings on here. Actually, Andrew, I do have the airbrush and it is charging, and we're going to talk about that a little later. Oh, I love foreshadowing. So I can also use this to put some divots into here. Draw that across. I can take the whole thing and just put an irregular part into the sides. I actually like doing this better for my scratches versus using the knife because, again, the knife cuts too deep. This way, though, this is just, I want this to look like a beat up street. I'm not going to be doing anything too crazy like putting um, sewage grates or anything on here. I just want this to be kind of a generic street. I can use this to apply more pressure. And I can give myself my more pothole feels to it. Like that. Though that I think I did a little too much on. But hitting the sandpaper in there, that's a great pothole. And that, I mean, this is not going for any kind of contest. This isn't for anybody's stuff. I'm liking this. I'm really liking this. I'm gonna put some texturing on the edge here, I think. Actually, first of all, guys who's watching on, if anyone else is watching on Instagram, I am going to be moving this back over to YouTube. So if you go to YouTube, look up True Starscreamer, you should see this live on there. So for those of you watching on Instagram, I greatly appreciate. But yeah, move over to YouTube, and that way I can kind of concentrate everybody over there. Have a fantastic Sunday. We'll see you then. All right, all you YouTubers, I'm all yours. Thanks, Mike. Hey, Zero. Yeah, I'm just doing on, I'm literally just doing some crafting live here. Just a way to kill a Sunday. I really should go over the hardware I've got going on. Again, like you guys have seen, the sand block. Got my utility knife. Also have a hobby knife. We will be using my Dremel or Dremel-like tool, as well as our paints, which we'll be doing a base coat of black, mixing it with Mod Podge. We'll be doing that in a little bit. And that's the main stuff right now. I mean, again, like I said, I'm not going to be putting any kind of edges on here or, you know, debris, because I want this thing, when I have this thing rotating, I want it to have an even view no matter what angle the camera is at. When I have it from an above angle, I want this looking good. And when I have it on an even angle, I just want something for the eyes to look at. Where's my concrete? There it is. And I appreciate you guys spending your Sunday with me. I know you got to be doing other things to do. Hopefully the kids are quiet. Mine currently is chatting with a friend of hers online virtually, which I swear I love and hate that, because I would love for her to have face-to-face hanging out with her friends, but God, it's nice not having to drive them somewhere. You know, kids today not playing with each other. Yeah, but this way we don't have to make plans. They can still entertain themselves. Well, hopefully Mike and I will one day do like a dueling craft video. Just sit, talk, toys, and do. Listen, Mezcos are a slippery slope. I am lucky I actually won most of mine in drawings, but yeah, I've had to end up buying a few. I only have one more Mezco on pre-order right now, which is the Crow, which while Big Bad Toy Store has it out and Mezco shipped it out, I am currently waiting for Toyco to get theirs. Andrew Yen has treated me very well. I can be patient. Something like the Crow, I think, doesn't need to have an instant view on there. Plus, I really wanted to. I'm glad I got the new editing software, because I think that's going to do the Crow figure justice. Oh God, that is looking really, really, really good. I mean, what's fun is if you guys are watching this on the replay, go ahead and hit rewind and just look how this was. I I eventually want to do like an edited tutorial thing so I can kind of do the comparisons, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, that's looking really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and remove this divot now because I want to do that before I Mod Podge everything up because I don't want to be jacking up everything. So like I said, you saw I've got this crossed out here. Can I mute on this thing? I might be wanting to mute in a second because I'm about to break out the Dremel and this might get loud. Oh, that's not too bad. We're breaking out the power tools, kids. Ooh, that's burning it. It's melting it. I do want to point out the reason I'm using this particular head on here. It's not just for the shape, but it's also the depth because I know that I want that just to be about a 1/4 inch depth. And then I'm going to still run the sanding block in there because I don't want this to completely eclipse it. Ooh, did I scratch that when I cut? Yeah, I did. I want this to be able to sink into it. And I can always go deeper. Yeah, that's what she said. I can always go deeper with it. But I would rather be shallow initially and go deeper than go past the point of breakage. I am sure there has to be a more efficient way of doing this. There probably is. I want you to be aware of that. But considering I am winging this for this video, well, you gain wisdom. You avoid mistakes by using wisdom, and you gain wisdom by making mistakes. So just letting you guys know. Someone might be chomping at the bit, and they're probably right. And probably the next time I do this, it'll be better. But just want to let you know, I'm acknowledging it. There probably has got to be a better way. Woo! You'd be surprised how easy this is. If I can do this, and I'm the most unskilled individual out there, you can do this, TM. And yes, I do have a vacuum cleaner that I'll be using after this video to clean up. Whew, I'm definitely getting my money's worth out of this. I will say, also another thing to get as opposed to a using the hot glue nozzle to melt the foam is I did get a styrofoam cutter. I highly recommend those as well. It's basically a piece of wire that on a handle that heats up. Oop, my phone fell. Sheesh. Okay, you stay. Seriously, making a diorama, it's challenging. I was scared as hell the first time I did it. And I was like sitting there going, I can't believe I did it. And you just get better. It's just like your YouTube review. It's gonna be like me with freaking DaVinci Resolve. My gosh, I love that software. Okay, this is getting annoying. Stay. Like I said, if you guys watched that Garrison Cavalry video, I am very proud of it. I know it's not going to get a lot of views, but the technique that was used for that one just makes me so thrilled. Plus, I got the goddamn audio right. I really need to be pointing to you. Plus, I got the goddamn audio right. That got a little too deep. And this, by the way, is why this is why I was doing all this first before painting, because my God, that would scrape up the paint. Andrew, you picked this up at Lowe's. You can get this at Lowe's and Home Depot. It's right by the way they put the Tyvek. You buy them in big cubes, and then you just cut it down as you need. There's a lot of crafting videos out there that show you how to cut the board. Tech Chucker has some amazing tutorials. I wish I could put music on this thing, but I just don't want to get flagged. Oh my gosh, I want music in the background of this. I so want music. This side is fine. This side needs to be taken down just a little bit more. I'm actually going to go in with a hobby knife now. Literally just go in with a scalpel and clean it out a little. So I was talking before about the software I'm using. I installed DaVinci Resolve onto my computer. Almost killed my computer because it is very RAM heavy. And I've got 8 megabytes of RAM, which is fine for most of what I do. But for DaVinci, I think I'm going to need to either take it up to 16 or I saw a gaming computer really cheap on Marketplace that I might just use that and use it strictly for video editing. But you can do so much with that software, and it is freaking free. I almost got Power Director, which I used it. I enjoyed it, but it put a watermark on there unless I paid for it. And it's software service by subscription, which I'm not a fan of. I just want to buy my software and use it once. But then I saw the DaVinci Resolve and what it can do with it. And there's a paid version of it too, Studio, but I don't find myself needing that for doing YouTube reviews. But apparently DaVinci Resolve is actually a studio quality software. You can do a lot of neat stuff with it. Get that out there. Get that out there. It's like I'm cutting out an infection. And as always, cut away from you because it's nice having all your fingers. Dave, I have this channel and they have a variety of playlists. You could play that copyright free. Well, I need to find actually new copyright music. I'm liking the music I use for my channel, but I want a little more variety. So I might check that out later. I've been using Ben's sounds, which is pretty nice. He's got a good variety to it, but like I said, I'm trying to upgrade, baby. I want to be like the big boys with all 190 of you. Well, supposedly 190. You know how it is. But those of you who have been sticking by me, I appreciate you. You got no idea. I swear, once I get all this carving done, we'll then get to the real exciting painting portion of this program. Painting portion of program. That's a lot of alliteration. Speaking of portions and chapters, would you guys want me to do chapters between, like little promo chapters between what I go through, like articulation, size comparison, like actually doing like a little bumper between the two, or just go straight to and just doing it? You know, talk to me, folks. I'm listening. That is so much better. That is so much better. Yep, that's exactly what we want. Where is my little... Where's my safety cover? Yes, chapters, no bumpers. Cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, what am I doing? Wow, that thing's exciting. That would go a little faster. I know what YouTube works, but what counts as a view would be my question. How do it pleases the algorithm gods? All right, now I'm just talking about you. Forget the algorithm. I'm just talking about user experience. So you guys don't want to hear my voice going articulation time. This is exciting, isn't it? That actually ain't looking too bad right there. That's what I'm trying to find out. Am I level? By putting a guy on the... Now, here's the other thing. Can I put him off to the center? What is the tipping point? There is a tipping point. I can put this over here. Yep, it's definitely a tipping point. So I can put it in the center. Huh. I used to have that actually on my old written blog. Okay. I used to call it the one-legged test. Yeah, I know the whole 3 times a week. This last week's just been a little crazy, especially with the editing software. Now that I got the editing software down, I should be able to crank out a few more reviews a week. But of course, the hard part is now getting stuff to review. That's definitely, I can't tell if it's leveled. Okay. I think I just need to run this. I just need to sand inside there. It is all about balance. Life is about balance and moderation. I need to clean that up inside there. I mean, you guys get what I'm going for with this whole thing. With the purpose of this display base. I just want it to look good in there. Do I have a... Where's my Dremel gear? Like I said, there's got to be a better tool for the job. If I can get this, if I can figure out remember which front to use this disc on, I should be able to use that to sand down the entire interior. Or actually, this might work. Bingo. By the way, you can... Yeah, you can be hooligans. Yeah. I got this from Walmart way back in the day. That's why it's a hyper tough one, but you can get these on Amazon. If you go on T-Man's affiliate link, you should be able to order one on there. Oh, that was bad. That's looking good. That is looking really, really good. Okay, where's that switch? This is rising, looks like... This part's take is harder than I thought, more of a challenge than I thought it would be. Which I don't mind. Seriously, for those of you who've been sticking out this whole time, god dang, what you could be doing so much better things, but man, do I appreciate you. Hopefully that's the last one. I think that's good. I think that is good. Yep, it's all the same stuff, whether you get it from Lowe's or Home Depot. That is how I want that to look. And I just knocked into it. I don't care. Now, again, just the balance. I can put him all the way to the edge over there. I can put him over on the edge over there. Which this is good for my verses. This is awesome. This is exactly what I wanted. Ah, dang it. I don't know if that was from the foam or the balance or what, but you know what? I'm going to take that. That is an acceptable tolerance right there for failure. So you know what? I think we're pretty much good with this part. One last for good measure. And now I get to go to the fun part, which is the actual painting. Let me go get my little paint cups, and we'll be good to go. I'm not sure how I would trust putting foot pegs in this foam. That's my only thing. I would be neat if I could. If not, I would literally just have to have someone like get someone to 3D print like a flat sheet with the pegs in it, but then that wouldn't make sense because then I'll be losing the texturing of the foam. The problem with if I put the toothpick in there, it's going to pierce all the way through, and then as soon as the figure starts to rock, it'll tear out of the foam. Okay, there's something right here. I swear I said I was done. That's okay. I'm gonna go get the paints. Now we come to the fun part. Okay, so when I do one of these bases, when I do the primer on this one, it's literally I did some flat black acrylic paint. And a bit of Mod Podge in here. This is basically making my own primer. Unfortunately, I just don't trust, even though they've got foam safe spray paint primers, I just don't trust it. And we just slather this on. Whoa, we got both Mike Rogers and Junkion Crafts and Builds in here. I didn't think you could see them in the room at the same time. I guess the secret identity was wrong. Did I mention I appreciate you guys? Seriously, there's so many different ways. I mean, heck, TM Reviews could be filming a review or spending time. You know, I mean, it's just a fun Sunday. I don't even know how many people are viewing. Oh, I've got one person viewing. But 3 loves. 3. You know what? There's no such thing as appreciating somebody too much. No such thing. Sony, I appreciate your friendship very much. I appreciate your acquaintance. I appreciate... Well, don't worry. I'm actually going to be, once I get this all primed up here, I'm actually going to be taking a break. Going to be signing off for a little bit to wait for this to dry. And then I'm going to be setting up another painting demonstration anyway. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a little bit of recording for something else or whatever. But because this is just the base part of it, then we'll be coming to the actual painting aspect of it, and then we'll be done. Who knows? Maybe I'll try to, then if this comes out right, I'll be using this maybe even as early as tonight. Definitely using it tomorrow. Like I said, this is an exciting little project, I have to say, and I'm kind of glad that it's turning out right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's 2:30 Eastern Standard Time right now on this lovely Sunday. 2:32. I will probably sign back on here about 3:30-ish. Just I want this to dry out and make sure it dries out really well. By the way, look on this. You can see the scrapes and the bumps really well on this now. And again, TM, it's not that scary. Matt McCardell did this, as I call him by full name. Matt did this on did a full sewer diorama. His stuff is more ambitious than mine, and he did it right on the first try. This is just fun to do, and the neat thing is once you do something simple, you know, when your kid has projects to do for school, like making Saturn or things like that, you're like, I am ready to go. And that actually happened in our house. Little one and I, she helped me out with some of my stuff, and she had to do a school project, and we were just like, oh, we got this. This is easy. And we knocked it out in like an hour and a half. So don't let any of this deter you. This, as you can see, I'm doing this right in front of you. I'm not breaking out I'm not any of the hardcore diorama builders who freaking sketch everything out. No, this is all done kind of free-forming it, to be honest. I'm not the best, I'm not the worst, but I'm definitely happy with what I do. And I'll see you in about an hour. So again, everybody, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, and we'll see you later. Peace.